I don't play to this emotional argument of, oh, it's so hard and it's so emotional. It was very difficult for people to do this. They say, oh, victims have a hard time. That sucks. Sorry. Have a nice day. The justice system is not supposed to be your feelings are hurt, so we're going to destroy a man's life over it. The justice system is, yes, we recognize there are hardships. We want to seek the best outcomes for justice. That means if there is a guy who is abusing women in large numbers, then definitely we're going to try and solve for that problem. However, if you as the victim are unable to provide evidence and testimony in a meaningful manner, in a time appropriate manner, then that's it. The legal system is not supposed to be bent because some people have hurt feelings. I do not accept that. I mean, that's the UK. I can't speak for London. I can say for the United States, I absolutely reject the idea that we would have to put someone's freedom and liberty at risk to protect the feelings of another person because, oh, they felt bad. Sorry. You need to have evidence. It needs to be proven beyond a reasonable doubt. And what we're seeing now is in line with so many other BS moments throughout the past couple of decades, or a decade or so, where people have been falsely accused. And Julian Assange, a great example. The media lied about everything. They use it to destroy his life. They didn't just fire him. They locked him up, and they have him locked up to this day, despite the fact we know the accusations that were made were completely untrue. So when you get a Jeffrey Epstein who gets away with it and gets protection from the media and the press, and then later it's like, whoops, all of that was true. Forgive me if I don't believe you when you go after a Julian Assange and you're ignoring the people on your side and you're targeting the people who are not on your side. All I see right here is when multiple agencies pull off Rumble, that the Occam's razor suggests a coordinated effort to do so. When Alex Jones got banned, and I think was it 2018 or was it 2019? 2018? 2018. All the networks did it at the same time. There's an argument to be made that they were just waiting for, Twitter's like, as soon as any other company makes a move, we'll do it too. Or you likely have a scenario where there was some political agenda. In the instance of Alex Jones, we don't know definitively, but in the instance of Russell Brand, we know for a fact the UK government solicited networks and platforms to remove Russell Brand. So why are these ads now being pulled from Rumble? Likely because the same people in the UK government are now targeting anybody who's sponsoring Rumble. I don't think it's as simple as to say a couple activists called Burger King and said, oh, you guys are running ads on Rumble. No, it's more like a national security letter gets sent out saying, you will do this now or else. Or maybe they don't need it. Maybe a member of parliament contacts your head of legal office with a shakedown letter, and Burger King's like, listen, we do not need Rumble. 44 million users. It's not worth a permitting headache with the UK government. We're generating hundreds of millions of dollars out of the UK. Let's just let it go. I don't know. Is Burger King in the UK? They're in the UK, right?
In the UK.
I don't think they make that much money. But that's my point. If right now it's come to the point where you have 4 women who, for whatever reason, did not, come out with these allegations, and it's now 20 plus years later, 10 or 20 years later, I'm just like, prove it. That's all that matters, right? You need proof.
Do you have a take as a criminal defense attorney?
Yeah, I mean, Tim's right. You need proof. You have to meet a certain burden of proof. It's really hard to believe women 20 years after the fact. So these situations do occur. I would encourage individuals who are victims to report it as soon as possible rather than waiting decades down the line. And you notice it always happens when they're in the spotlight for something or when they're leaning on the right side, because none of these allegations were ever brought when Russell Brand was like a darling of the corporate media. He was totally fine. Nobody said anything. Now he's more independent. Now you see them trying to come after him, and it just seems very coordinated.
Right.
Why
They didn't say anything
care?
when he married Katy Perry.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. Why does the media care? How come the media did not care about Epstein? In fact, they covered up for him, but they care so much about Russell Brand. I don't buy it. Not for 1 second. They all of a sudden care about Russell Brand. They all of a sudden need to have the ads pulled. They all of a sudden are realizing his shows have to get pulled off the BBC Channel 4 and YouTube or whatever. What?